as always, welcome to the channel. If you're wanting to know how to change out your garage door cables without messing with those dangerous torsion springs, stick around and I'll show you how. So first off, you want to make sure that you got cables for a 7-foot high door or 8-foot high door. However high your door is, they make cable lengths for that height. I got a pretty common standard 7-foot high door. So right there's my cabling that I'm going to use. And you can't get these at Lowe's, Home Depot. They only sell like extension spring cables. You cannot buy torsion spring cables at Lowe's or Home Depot. They just don't carry it. So you can go to the almighty Amazon and buy yourself a set of cables. So let me show you a couple things. So these are our cable drums, the round things on the end there. And you're gonna see on this drum, it's got a little notch in it right there. If we take a look, that's where the end of the cable slips into. And then you start winding your cable around the drum. So that's how that works. So let's get after it and do this. You're going to want the door in the open position. So let's go ahead and raise this guy up. The next step I like to do is get a pair of vice grips. You're going to take the door, you're going to push it up just a little ways. You don't have to crank it all the way open, but just push it open a little more than what it normally would, and then lock it underneath the bottom wheel. Just like that. That's going to hold the door open. So then get your ladder, and I like to put it on the side. If you got room to stick it on the side, great, because that's going to help. Climb on up. All right, there we go. We can see the cable is wrapped around the drum. So what we want to do, come down to this bottom fixture. At the very bottom, there's this little knob that the cable attaches to. Go ahead and just take that off. There might be, you may have to pull on the cable just a little bit to get it loosened, but that's normal. So once I got that baby pulled off like that, let's go ahead and just relax. And then let's flip the cable off and get it off of there. All right, now we got the cable off. Let's go grab one of the new cables. So the goal is get your new cable. Get the cable in like this. And what we're wanting to do is we want to stick it in that little notch that I was showing you earlier. Which it may be kind of tough sometimes, but it can be done. You can see it. It's located on the back side here. So what you can do is take your cable, see how it fits in there? You can get it in between the bearing plate and the drum. We'll just work your way back, and it will drop right in there. Like I said, sometimes you gotta work at it, you gotta go fish for it. All right, so once you got it clipped in there, so you can see I'm hanging on to it with my hand down here. I like to just kind of tug it, give it a little tug, make sure it's seated in that drum. As you can see back there, it's in that groove. Now what we want to do is take the cable and wrap it around the drum. Now understand, on a drum, it starts up on the higher portion, and then it kicks down, and then kicks down even further. Make sure you don't forget this first portion. So let's wrap this baby up. All right, now we got it to a point where it won't go around anymore. Now we want to hook it back to that bottom fixture. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, but there you go. All right, now that hoop is hooked on the bottom fixture, and we got our cable wrapped around the drum. Now if it's off just a little bit, it's no big deal, because when you roll the door down, it will unwind, and when you roll it back open, it'll fall into place. Don't worry about that if you got, a little gap right there. The main thing is to get the cable started on the higher portion of the drum and then continue to wrap around. Now all you got to do is just go to the other side and do the exact same thing. All right, there you go. Didn't take that long at all. Now let's take the vice grips off. You always like to just come over and inspect, make sure that the cable end is sticking in. You don't want it sticking outside of the drum, but you want it stuck in there, and you want this guy starting on that first portion of the drum. If you got it to that point, then you're in great shape. And that right there is exactly how you want your cable end to be seated in that drum. And that's how you change out both your cables on your garage door. So thanks for following me on this one. If you got any questions, please comment and I'll get right with you. And hit that like button. Peace out. Woo!